Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today? How was your weekend? How was your weekend? How was Friday? I was not there on Friday after that half an hour stream. Okay, I was watching market. I was watching market yesterday. After open at 6 p.m. So these are the levels that I've marked. I've marked weekly high, weekly low. Weekly low is 28,212.50 and weekly high is previous week high is 29,363. So that's 1100 points range. Okay, now let's see. So this is what looks like on a daily time frame. On a daily time frame, we have already tapped into this daily fair value gap, and let's look like we are moving lower. If this daily fair value gap works, then the target is going to be 28,212.50, which is almost 350 points lower from here. So 350 points. Let's see if we can get any trade between that. Okay. Now let's move to 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame, as you can see, and look at this candles. Look at these candles. These candles did not have uh, a big wick. That now creates liquidity. Okay, so what did price do? Took liquidity from here, took liquidity up above. Watch this candle. Yesterday when price opened, it did not create a wick, which is now becoming a draw on liquidity. Okay, so now right now we are heading lower. 1 hour time frame, I don't have much things on 1 hour time frame. Liquidity sweep, reshape rejection, tap into this fair value gap, and it's moving lower. The draw on liquidity definitely is going to be this, which is open was at 501.50. So that is, excuse me, 501.50. So that's sell side liquidity. Okay, now let's quickly move to 15-minute time frame. Why am I missing? uh yeah, okay, I'll need to refresh and change the levels, but this looks pretty good now. Yeah, there was an update in the indicator, so I don't need New York lunch. I need London closing, which is starts from 11:15 for me and till 11:30. Color should be red, which is good. New York PM. Yeah, there's still something. Should be good enough right now. Okay, look at this. So what do we have here? We have London. We have Asia session low, which is at 28,525.50. So exactly marked right there. Now where could price go up next? Asia session high has been taken, Asia London session high has been taken, but that is taken with wick. Okay, just let me quickly just uh, green labels, yeah, lines, yeah, tables, no. Okay, now it's good. Okay, what's this? So what is happening? London session high, we have Asia session high. What this? Price has taken Asia session low, but there is no wick. There's no closing below that. So there could still be another move that could be heading lower. We still have 8 minutes. Just in case if we get a fair value gap right here and along overlapping with these order blocks, then we will be looking to take price short if we get a good signal along with CVD. I'll need to add CVD and this as well. CVD is cumulative volume delta. It's very simple. Now let's move to 1 minute time frame. Okay, let's look at this liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection. There are so many extra lines in here which I'm not a big fan of. I don't know what they did. No, it should be good. Still, there's somewhat of a middle line coming out of here. I don't know why. Anyways, now I'm going to delete it from here. This is just go to this, add this indicator to entire layout. And here we have. There's still something off with this indicator, but that's okay. Price has tapped into this daily fair value gap. It's moving lower. Just in case if we get a 15-minute fair value gap overlapping with this order block, we will try to look for short. We'll look for short based on signal and along with CVD. I did add CVD. I don't know where it went. Yeah, there you go. So now we are ready. We still have 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes until we execute any trade. So let's wait. Let's wait for the 15-minute candle to close. Let's wait for 15-minute candle to close. The draw on liquidity is previous week's low because prices tapped into this daily fair value gap and is looking bearish. Like we have bearish structure here on 15-minute time frame. So the draw on liquidity is lower. Let's say if price does that. I won't. Let me quickly see what's happening on 4-hour time frame. Yeah, this could become a bearish. This could become a bullish order block on based on 4-hour time frame and could take price higher. But let's see. Still have 2.5 minutes left. Let me quickly see if I can change this thing. Like divider, high low is okay. Dotted line, right weekend label, show opening price. Yeah, there you go. Show opening price was the one. Okay. I was looking for short like pre-market here. Watch this. What happened? It took up London session high, then it came down. There was a 15-minute fair value gap. It tapped into that. It came down low again. Then it went up higher to take the liquidity above this. When it took the liquidity, we got the signal of liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection. Then we have fair value gap, and price was coming lower from that, which simply means that this was going to be the draw on liquidity, and other draw on liquidity was going to be these two, Asia session low and this low no wick candle. Twenty more seconds, and we can look for price. Price is coming from daily fair value gap, which means it could be heading lower. Or based on that, the drawn liquidity is previous week's low. Let me quickly change this thing as well. Show opening prices. Okay, so it's 9:45. We can now officially look for trade. Price has currently closed below Asia session low, but it has closed way below the level, and hence looking for longs here could be a little bit difficult. So let's see if we get a signal. We have a 4-hour order block here, so if that works. To look for shorts here, unfortunately there's not like this could become order block, but it does not have a big wick that I would be taking into consideration. So not this one. Yeah, the order block could be here. The other order block could be here, that could act as potential level for reversal on short side. But until and unless we move up higher, I'm not looking for shorts like right here. It's Monday. Mondays are generally choppy. Friday was morning was good, but then it became choppy. So I, I believe price could continue to do that. We have FMC this week. Mm, so let me show you one thing on 4 hour time frame. It is coming from a daily fair value gap, but then look at this. We got a liquidity sweep. We tried to move up for the first time, got rejected. We got a liquidity sweep, then we moved up higher, like gapping up 300 points, and then we continued to rally higher. And what could happen here is like price could come to pull back into this order block and potentially reverse back from here all the way till this high, or till this 4 hour fair value gap, which is 300 and almost 350 points away. Price has closed below Asia session low, which means the longs could be in play. Longs could be in play if we get a signal of liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection, and look at this. If we get a good green candle, we'll get a good green candle here, closing above this red candle high. This could become a bearish bullish breaker block. And as we can see, when liquidity sweep happened, the volume was there was not good enough volume. But now that we have this red candle, we will not have this breaker block. So liquidity sweep and V-shaped rejection, we want to see series of green candles and series of red candles. If you are taking liquidity on the lower side, then we want to see series of red candles and V-shaped recovery of series of green candles. If we get a red candle in between this V-shaped recovery, then it is, I would say that it's not the correct V-shaped recovery. And that's a small difference that has helped me avoid taking losing trades. Small distinction, but yes, sometimes price would still do this and continue to move up higher, but that's just part of the game. If it doesn't fall according to your system, you don't take the trade. Watch this for value gap. It had this overlapping our order block, tap into that, came lower, hit the low. As of right now, I'm waiting for price to at least tap into this 28,536 area. Tap into that, show us some good rejection signal. I would have taken price long at this level only if there was no doji, this red doji. Okay, let's see if we have news today. We had US durable goods today. It came out negative. Actual came to 0.3, forecast was 1.8. Hmm. Tomorrow we have US consumer confidence at 10 a.m. Then, okay, on Wednesday we have FMC meeting, interest rate decision. Nothing interesting. Nothing interesting for today. Hmm. Price movement is too slow for us to enter into any trade. This momentum is generally not good, but this could be directional. This could be directional. Price could continue to move lower here. Let's see if we have something on a 30-second time frame. Yeah, not proper. Hmm. So watch what is happening. In 3 minutes, if price closes below this low, it leaves this fair value gap, leaves this small order block right here, overlapping with this. So this becomes our strong level of interest. If price taps into that level of interest and we get a signal on that, if we get a good signals with supporting CVD, we can look for shorts, and that would be around 100 points. So let's wait. We might get a good setup now if we get a pullback. 100 points is no big deal. It's like, watch this. In the opening, it's like 120, 115 points in 2 minutes. Looking at the momentum, price looks like it's slipping downside. There's no reason why it should be coming back. Is this a 1 minute fair value gap overlapping with this order block? Could be a good area to short. 75 points of stop loss. Target could be way much lower. Yeah, that's too much of risk. 75 points is way too much risk. Yeah, price action looks pretty good on directional side. One side coming from a daily fair value gap. Last time when we saw that, we did hit the low, especially on a daily time frame. Price is moving lower, which is in downtrend. Let's see. I'm going to take out this sell side liquidity now. Okay, so let's see. We got a 15-minute fair value gap here. We got a 15-minute fair value gap, bearish fair value gap. It is overlapping with this small order block right here. So this could become a good level of interest for price to tap into and come back lower. Let's say if we get a pullback before hitting the weekly low. can't do anything until price hits the level of interest. Even if I can see price moving lower, entering anywhere right now randomly is not going to help in long term trading. So until and unless we have the level of interest, we have the signal on level of interest that's supporting CVD, we cannot enter into any trade. If we do, it will be just a random trade and it won't help you on a long term basis. And a bad trade, if you enter into a bad trade and if you make money out of it, that is way much worse than losing that bad trade. Simple reason is that if you win a bad trade, you will just get habituated to that kind of trades, and over the long term that will that will impact you. Today the bad trade might work, tomorrow it tomorrow it won't. As per your data, you will say that bad trade works as well, right? And that is the reason why consistently taking money out of the market becomes difficult. As I told you, since here looking at the price movement, I know that price is looking to go lower, but we did not enter into any trade because we did not have any level of interest that we can enter into. If it goes from here, it just goes from here. There's not even any proper signal here. Look at this. With this fair value gap, we could have entered, but the stop loss then still becomes way much higher. Look at this. Now it could become, yeah, 59 points of stop loss. Even if price gives us good signal, liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection, and price looks to move higher, I'm not very keen on taking long trade. Yeah, this could work out that it could be moving higher all day long. That was the first attempt that happened here. We did not get a second signal. This one is also not a proper one. Yeah, and this liquidity sweep happened. Volume did not go all the way down. The drawn liquidity is 28,212.50. Price is not giving us any pullback to for any continuation trades lower. We still have 7 more minutes before we get any bearish fair value gap. Another one. Now watch this fair value gap and watch this fair value gap. So this is the first presented fair value gap and this leg lower. This is the second one, and if this candle closes red and leaves this fair value gap behind, then this will be the third one. The strongest fair value gap is always the first presented fair value gap. Okay, this looks pretty good on a bullish order block. Could give it a try. But looking at this momentum, it's pretty bad. Even if price wants to start moving higher from here, it will give us another opportunity. It's not that it will just continue to rally all the way to this high. It can. Market can do anything. It can move 1,000 points in 1 minute as well. If there's some news, but let's see. Until and unless we get what we look for, we're not looking for any trades. Like this is a good one. We have a bullish order block. We got the 3 consecutive green candles as well. I would have loved to see this thing. Look at this. If this candle closes up higher, now this becomes a bullish breaker block. Okay, I would love to see a candle closing above this, price coming back into this low. Stop loss would be 45 points, most probably targeting this fair value gap up higher. A risky trade, but most probably can. Yeah, we did not get any candle closer above this high. Okay, so no trade. We got a small liquidity sweep above this. We got a V-shaped rejection and into this fair value gap. 60 points of stop for potential, 70 points of target lower. Not much interested in taking market short or long right now. Price action is way too slow. This area, what's this area? This area where we have inversion of this 1 minute fair value gap, bearish inverse fair value gap. Anybody looking to take price short can take this price short here, targeting this low. Okay, we are not getting any pullbacks into any higher fair value gap, so still have to wait. So let's just wait. Let's just wait until we get a proper setup. Till then, give me a couple of minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, so the target got hit. I tapped into the drawn liquidity. Unfortunately, we did not get any entry. I was excited to enter here, but then no proper level of interest, so no trade. What this? Price is coming lower, 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 but volume is not. CVD is like volume is still up high. So when you know the draw on liquidity, the trading becomes so easy. Price came from daily fair value gap. It was looking to take down previous week's low, which it did within 1 hour. Unfortunately, we did not get any entry because there was no tap into any level of interest. Now there are one, two, three, and most probably four fair value gaps that we are going to get. Now, out of this four fair value gap, which one will work? That depends. But watch this. If price closes around here and does not go much lower, and if it reverses from here, then this New York PM session low will be taken out and price can continue to rally up the New York PM session high. But condition is simple, should be closing closer to this low, just sweeping some liquidity. Unlike, so look at this, watch this, watch this. As soon like this was Asia session low, as soon as candle closed way below here, I knew that it was going to be bearish. Unfortunately, we did not get any good signals as well as good level of interest. Tap into any level of interest. It tapped here at this low and then moved lower, but we did not get good signal into this. So, and watch this high. See how close this candle closed, and we got a good reaction from that. So that is the kind of trade that we are looking for in reversal. If it closes way below here, then we might continue to head lower. Okay, especially when CVD is 182k into negative, there could be some negative news coming or impacting the market as of right now. Look at this consolidation and started downfall again, started to sell off again. Yeah, this is very boring. 1 hour, no tap into any fair value gaps, no tap into any level of interest. CVD is 200k into negative. This is a day, this is the kind of volume where price just goes way lower. Still could continue to head lower. Let's see what do we have on a daily time frame. On a daily time frame, we have one of the daily fair value gaps starting at 27,800, which is 300 points from here. That's a daily fair value gap. On 4 hour time frame, do we have anything? Nothing. A lot of liquidity trapped up here, trapped below here, 27,800 to 300. So we might get to see price coming down all the way till this low. Price is closing way below. It will just, I believe it's just going to continue to go down from here. Let's see. Let's see what price gives us. I was looking for this for value gap to get tapped into, but look at what this value gap overlapping with this order block. Price rejected from that hard. Price is in bearish mode, and price rejected from that area. And look at this. But the stop loss was 70 points. We could have already got 180 points out of it, but a draw on liquidity was just another 70 points from there. So mm, no, there's no AMD model here. AMD model would have been somewhere like if after the first 15-minute candle close, if price would have just reacted from here to higher side, then that would have been an AMD model looking at this consolidation area. This area is a consolidation area, manipulation below and manipulation high. There is no, as of right now, there is no AMD model in play. Price is just slowly and gradually heading lower. With CVD with the CVD 250k, I feel that price is pretty bearish. We do any pullback will get sold into, like any pullback will get sold. That's what I'm expecting, but we trade based on level of interest, signal on that level of interest, and supporting CVD. So this is the day when you let the market flow without you. This could have been the day when you could have made a lot of money if you would have just held. I knew that this was like as soon as this third candle came in, I was pretty much sure that there is no buying coming in today. Even right now, I don't see any kind of buying stepping in. Simply means that price could continue to flush down with supporting CVD. Looking at this consecutive red candles here, price can like still go down 1,000 points. It should be easy, but we cannot enter into any trade without level of interest, because this, if I'm saying something here, then it's just guessing or expecting price to do that. Okay, it doesn't fit my model, it doesn't fit the way I trade. And if I enter here and make money, that would be a bad trade. Because as soon as this failed here on the first this first leg, like this V-shaped recovery out of here, I was pretty much sure that it's gonna flush down. I just wanted to see a pullback into anything. But today is the day when it's just 1 minute levels are working. Price is not even pulling back into a 5 minute or 15-minute pullback. You never know when price can shoot up 1,000 points. So I'm mm, not much excited to take any short trades in here without any setup. If somebody is short, they can continue to hold. I don't see any kind of momentum for higher prices, just consistently taking lows. So when I was a novice trader, I used to take shots, like all these things that I know. I used to take shots anywhere here, and because of the small green candles, I just used to scalp the shots, and price would continue to head lower. And the moment I wanted to hold the trade, the moment I start holding the trade, that point becomes that point becomes the reversal point. So I've been burned a lot of times. I don't want to do the same thing again. Like as a professional trader, you understand this thing. I've seen this candle. I knew that it was going to head lower from here, from the first 15 minute itself. Looking as I was saying the same thing, looking at this candle closing way below this New York PM session low, I was expecting price to move a little lower as well, but there's no signal. There's no signal for me. There's no signal, no trade. No level of interest, no trade. We have level of interest, we have the signal, but CVD is saying something else, and we don't take that trade as well. A lot of times, like a lot of trades will be so easy, like you just don't need to think about any trades. Like the trades that generally works is the trade when you don't have to think a lot. So just focus on those trades, be patient. There's no, I don't see any reason why price could be taking move up higher, but we are due for a pullback. So this candle can continue to head lower for now, and all of a sudden this candle can turn into a green pin bar. This candle can close into a green candle. As of right now, it might be looking red, but this candle could close into a green candle. So you don't want to get caught into uh, this kind of situation. You want to trade something like this. If price has tapped into, if price has done X, then there are high chances that price will do Y. So that is what we call process based trading. If X, then Y. So what my X is level of interest, signal on that level of interest, and supporting CVD. What happens then is Y. Why? Why is the result? Is it generally higher probability that price will tap into that level and go all the way low, which was made by that fair value gap. So that is my process. If X, then Y. You want to trade like that, and your X should be kind of fixed. 15-minute fair value gap, it could be 15-minute order block, it could be a session high, session lows, it could be swing high, swing lows, but you should know what your X is, what your conditions are. My conditions are pretty simple. Level of interest, so I have multiple level of interest, which can be a fair value gap, it could be order block, it could be session highs and session lows. I generally do not trade at swing highs and swing lows, but yeah, I trade session highs and session lows, fair value gaps, order blocks. Those are my level of interest. Signal at level of interest, I've categorized them into three to four signals. It could be breaker block, it could be order block, it could be IFVG, it could be FVG. The conditions required for that is we need liquidity sweep, we need V-shaped recovery, and then we need to see either breaker block, order block, fair value gap, or IFVG. So that's my signal. Supporting CVD is volume should be supporting the signal as well. Could be 3 consecutive red candles after 3 consecutive green candles. It could be just 3 consecutive red candles. So those are my X. What happens then is if X then Y, then let me just write it out. Process based trading A is if X then Y. This is there's no reason to enter long, there's no reason to enter short. Shorting here is like it's in the middle of nowhere. The draw on liquidity that we had was this weekly low, which got triggered. Now there is another fair value gap, but you never know from where pullback can start. It could definitely start from here, tap into any one of the fair value gap before it reaches this fair value gap, daily fair value gap. Okay, so you never know. This is in no man's land right now. There are multiple fair value gaps which are open, and what are fair value gaps? Those are internal pool of liquidity, which means they are liquidity and price can look to move towards that side. Doesn't really have to tap into a higher time frame level for to do that. It can reverse from any position. Okay, so it's that simple. The job of trading is very easy. It's very easy. It's just simple. Follow this if X then Y. Just do that for 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. You get your setup, you take the trade. If you don't get your setup, you don't take the trade. Money is just byproduct. Money is just byproduct. If you want to do this long term, and if you want to do this at a bigger level, then you need to have a process. And you need to have your mindset based on that process. I used to take payouts when I did not know about any of these things. I did not follow any of the rules. I used to get payouts. But then that was like I used to take one or two payout and then the whole year would be a drought. The payouts, the money that I received from that, I would just continue to spend on challenges later on because I never had a process. But since I adopted this process, I've seen a lot lesser blowout in challenges, a lot uh, it's like peaceful. There's no stress in trading now. I know that if I get this, then I'll do this. If I don't get the setup, I don't take a trade. Even if I get the setup, I know my risk is, and I just don't compromise with those things. The results will be seen in the results will be visible in couple of months. As we said, yes, like previous week we took four trades. Two were break even and two were profits. One was 110, the other was 100 points, so that's 210 points for the week. Imagine that, imagine doing that with just one NQ, and $4,000 in a week. And why do I need to trade this week if that's $4,000 that week? That's more than enough salary of a normal person. So consistency is important. It's 10:44. It's 10:44. We still have 45 minutes. If we get a pullback into one of the fair value gaps, we get a pullback into one of the fair value gaps. We get to see a signal on that fair value gap with the supporting CVD. Then we can enter into any trade. But as of right now, I don't see any trades forming. I don't see any level of interest. Look at these candles without wicks. The bullish candles are getting without wicks, which are becoming draw on liquidity, and price is just taking out those liquidity. Just be careful. A lot of short holders looking at this flow will continue to hold, and they will they will or they can get caught off guard. Price can continue to rally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles like straight in a row, and before you know, if you are up 500 points, you are just up 100 points or so. So watch out for those kind of movements. Now this is a liquidity sweep. Its V-shaped rejection is questionable because of this red candle, but I've seen this kind of signal works and move higher. I'm not entering into this trade. I do not advise entering into this trade, but these are some of the signals that works. Anybody entering here would be like catching a falling knife. You might catch it and you might get a banger trade out of it, but the risk is way too much. 100 points of risk. As I said, a lot of shots could get caught off guard. We have got multiple fair value gaps. We've got multiple fair value gaps. Starting from here, that's a 15-minute fair value gap. We got another 15-minute fair value gap right here. Goes another 15-minute fair value gap that is here. Goes another 15-minute fair value gap that is here. And there's one more up higher than that. So we've got multiple, we've got 5 fair value gaps. Yeah. Which one is the strongest? It's the first presented is always the strongest fair value gap. Any fair value gap overlapping with this order blocks, which could be this one, it will be this one, that becomes your strongest. And the first, the last presented fair value gap also acts as a strong fair value gap, but let's see, look at this candle, 50-minute red candle, and out of like in 7 minutes it got taken out. If we get to see a good candle closing above, doesn't mean we start looking for longs. There is a draw on liquidity here. Look at this candle, there's no wick here, so we can get a short trade here. Let's see if we can take price short. Could be the only opportunity for the day, or it could still give us a, like this is looks like a good signal, so I am looking to take price short here, but looks like we are not getting the signal that we want to see. So now let's wait. Look at this inversion. Since here we could have taken price long here, and just we could have taken price long here, 100 points into our favor, 86 points of stop loss, 86 points, it's rising higher. Like I can see the price moving, and I just have the feeling of price based on my experience. I've been looking into this market for a long period of time. Let's see. This could be a liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection, tapping into this order block. We might get a good signal. We might get a good signal here based on this order block. If price closes strongly below this red box here. The only reason why, watch this, with this low, now that is a sell side liquidity for me. So that's almost no wick candle. I don't want to see any green candles or take high getting taken out of this red candle. Okay, if those conditions comes in, then we are looking for another trade. Well, what I'm expecting right now is simple. Price could take all the go all the way higher than, like, inverse this for value gap, and then could start rejecting. So that's a green candle, that's not a red candle, which means this is not worth now. Well, let's see. These kind of signals have worked out today. So let's see. Worked out here. It worked out here as well. So let's see. Now, until and unless it gives me signal on 1 minute time frame, I am not taking that trade. It's quite simple. Pairing, like 30-second can be paired with 5 minute time frame. 1 minute can be paired with 15 minute time frame. 15 minute can be paired with 4 hour time frame. 5 minute candle can be paired with 1 hour time frame, and so on. 1 hour can be paired with daily time frame. 4 hour candle can be paired with weekly time frame. So there are certain pairs of our time frame, certain pairs of time frame. So I work on a 15 minute and 15 minute plus 1 minute time frame. 30 second generates a lot of signals. 30 second generates a lot of signals. Now watch this. We have a draw on liquidity here. We have a draw on liquidity here. Okay. This could become a good draw on liquidity. Let's see if this 15 minute fair value gap gets inversed and we get to see a good reaction from that. Watch this. What's happening on a 15 minute time frame? Price has been consolidating here for a long period of time. It broke out at this low, broke out below this low, If price continues to move higher, it can go all the way high till 28,800. I'm not taking shots right now. Still have 30. We still have 30 minutes before we close for the day. If we get a good trade, we'll take a trade. If not, then no need to rush into anything. We have FMC meeting minutes on Friday, where Fed chairperson will be addressing. That will be that will be a good news that will be moving the market. So what did I say? At any point of time, price could just continue to reverse. I told you that the signal could work. I've seen this kind of signal working out pretty good. Unfortunately, we did not have any level of interest here. It's a no man's land. Also, there is no wick here, which weakens the signal. But I've seen this kind of signal works out pretty good. A lot of short people would still continue to hold that position, expecting price to move lower. Looking at all these weaknesses, no proper liquidity sweep, reshape rejection with this wickless candle, a lot of people will be expecting price to move lower, right? And this is where they can get trapped. A lot of people will be waiting to enter shorts. This was the last presented 15 for value gap. People might be shorting based on 30-second, 1 minute, expecting price to move lower. But if we can see on 1 minute time frame, there is no proper signal. So the next draw on liquidity for me is this high, this 15-minute fair value gap, or this green candle's high. Is The reason for this is simple. This fair value gap, a lot of consolidation has happened into this fair value gap. A lot of consolidation has happened into this 1 minute fair value gap. So this generally becomes draw on liquidity. This fair value gap generally becomes draw on liquidity. This high gets taken out, and most of the cases, this high also gets taken out. You're not looking for longs. We're not looking for longs, but these are the possibilities. These are the possibilities. If X then Y, then majority of the time when I'm seeing this kind of things, that becomes drawn liquidity, but we do not trade that. Watch this liquidity sweep of this high. Might get a break order block right here. Tap into that. Like after it breaks down, stops would be somewhere about 56, 50, 60 points. If we get that signal, Not anymore. I was going to say the same thing. This is almost a zero wick. There is a small wick, but almost no wick candle that becomes a drawn liquidity. Price has already taken up that liquidity. Okay, green candle came in. No more looking for shorts. Let's see. There will be some signals which will be like obvious. Like this is such an obvious signal for me that I knew that price can continue to rally higher, catching this shots off guard. And from the moment I told you guys, it's 160 points. 160 points. Currently, it's 133 points higher. Stop loss was wide, 90 points, but that is almost 1 is to 2 trade. Closer to 1 is to 2 trade. If you notice, we are currently at consequent encroachment of this 15-minute full value gap. We are not getting a bearish signal. Let's say on 30-second, if yeah, even on 30-second time frame, we do not have any signal. Not that I'm looking to short right now. Look at this. The reason why process is important, the reason why we follow the signals, we do not enter into any trades before we get proper signal is this. You will save yourself a lot of money and a lot of mental capital by just simply following your process. And if you lose less, you will accumulate more profits. Again, I'm looking for the same thing: liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection. Let's see if we get into get if we can get this trade, it would be good. 51 points of stop, and target would be 188 points. Okay, not much keen on taking this trade until unless the signal becomes so strong. Yeah, watch this. Every time it wants to generate a signal, buyers step in and take price higher. Let's wait. Let's wait. We will get a good signal. I'm expecting this 15-minute fair value gap to get inversed and most probably tap into this higher, this second last presented for 15-minute fair value gap, and then continue to move lower. This fair value gap is pretty good because it is overlapping with this overlapping with this order blocks here, but let's see. Until unless we do not get any signal, we cannot say which fair value gap will move. What I'm watching is this 15-minute fair value gap. The consequent encouragement is giving a lot of resistance for price to move higher. We do not have a proper signal, but I would still like to try to take this price short. Trying is not generally a good term. Let's see if we can get to see, but look at this. Every time price wants to close lower, there is some buying coming in. So watch this. It's not even letting price close below that. I'm not in any trade right now. I'm just watching. I'm watching resistance as this 15-minute fair value gap, like consequent encroachment of it. A lot of resistance, but buyers are simply adamant in taking price higher. It could be buyers are adamant, or it could also mean that a lot of short sellers are getting trapped right now, trying to take price short, but buyers are continuously stepping in. This fair value gap is a significant one, as it is overlapping with this low and a fair value gap up here. No proper signal. This is not the best signal that we have seen. So let's see. Let's wait. Look at this. A lot of a lot of buyers and sellers are trapped here. Buyers want to take price high. Short seller want to take price lower. I would love to see this high getting taken out with speed and a V-shaped rejection coming out of it. Hmm. I believe we might not get that. We just because we are not entering into this trade, but price can continue to head lower without giving us an entry here. We can see a lot of selling volume coming in. It's 11:13. We still have 17 minutes before we close for the day. Yeah, we might not get entry today. Do not do FOMO. Do not do FOMO. We will get better entries throughout the week. It's not that this day you have to make a lot of money. You can always wait. If you see a good signal, you can take the trade. No, I'm not saying not to take a trade, but only when you have all the things, all all the signals, all the conditions are ticked on your checklist. If price closes like this, what do we see? Price came in with speed. A lot of buying came in, but was stopped. This just shows that bears are not ready yet to take to give bulls the control. I would have loved to enter into this trade here, putting stop loss above this candle high, 40 points of stop loss. But there's no signal, so no reason for me to continue to hold this trade or take this trade. I wanted to take entry here, just putting small stop loss above this, targeting this low, which could be coming down with speed. But not into any trade. Let's see. No clean signals of this coming up this 15-minute value gap. We got tapped into this level of interest, but we did not get a good clean signal. As soon as I saw this red candle, look at this liquidity sweep speed, V-shaped rejection. Unfortunately, we did not get this candle as a red candle. If we did, then we could have entered this trade short, because this was a good obvious candle for me, and that is the reason why I was interested in taking the price short here. But we did not get the supporting candles from there. After that, it jogged for like couple of for a few minutes. I wanted to enter, like, if I would have not been following this stuff, my process, then it would be this trade versus this 1:2 trade. 11 more minutes, and then we are done for the day. We get a trade, it's okay. We don't get a trade, that's okay. We will come back tomorrow. We'll see if we can get another good opportunity, better price action. And so this Fairly gap looks pretty good. I'm not entering into this trade, so just just watching. Okay, just watching. 110 minutes into the trading session. 110 minutes into this trading session. Now mental capital is getting drained. I'm getting tempted to take trades without signal. So this is where you have to realize, like, once you notice that you're getting tempted to take a trade, is the time when you should be just closing for the day, or just just close your setup for some time, come back later, see if price action has improved, see if you can get an opportunity, take a trade. If not, just leave it. It's this simple. Liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection, multiple value gaps. No proper signal. I'm gonna be here for next 5 minutes. I don't see anything, like no clean trades setting up right now, and I'm aware of my mental capital as well. A lot of trades, like a lot of candles are tempting to take price. A lot of candles are tempting me to enter into a trade, but those are not the great signals, so I'm aware of that. 2 hours into this trading session, we got one tap into the level of interest, but we did not get a good clean, good clean signal. I was confident, like I did notice this red candle. I wanted to take short, but then this green candle here just made sure that we do not enter the trade because it does not support our signal. Okay, 2 more minutes. Hmm. Okay, so it's 11:30 now. I don't see any good signals forming. I don't see price action moving pretty good. So that's it for me today. See you guys tomorrow with a proper price breakdown. If price action improves, I believe after watching this job, I believe tomorrow is going to be a great session. We might get a great trade tomorrow. Okay, there are a lot of draws and liquidity which are open. Let price do its thing. Wednesday is FMC. Like interest rate decision is going to be stated by Fed chairman, so it's going to be an important day. So see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Trade responsibility and have a good one.